every morning with drive. Being on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble.
Hello and welcome into the Rookie Prospect Profile Series. This is a Zilla Fantasy Elite production. Today we're going to be looking at wide receiver Jordan Whittington within the rookie wide receiver machine learning models. Can Jordan Whittington carve out a role after being a late 6th round draft pick? Stay tuned and discover the outcome as our machine learning models provide the analysis. Jordan Whittington was drafted in the late 6th round, pick number 213 overall by the Los Angeles Rams. Actually played college football at Texas, playing with Xavier Worthy and Adonai Mitchell and Jatavian Sanders. So he comes into the league playing with those guys. He's 6'1", 205 pounds, has 10-inch hands, which we know is important for wide receivers, but only a 10.2 college dominator rating, 19% college target share, nothing to write home about there. 18 on the bench press though, so he's a pretty strong dude. Let's see how he does in our machine learning models throughout the first 4 years of his career. And it looks like we stumble out of the blocks here. Jordan Whittington, 1.43 and a 1.36. Mean and median outcome here. One of the worst, if not the worst, in the class here. Ranked 40 overall out of the 41 prospects. 4.42 maximum output, also really, really bad. Let's just take a peek quick at those comparables in history. What kind of rookie wide receivers in the last 11 draft classes were hovering around those kind of numbers. We have a whole host of wide receivers who are between 1.2 and 1.4 fantasy points per game during their rookie season. Those would be Kadarius Hodge, Trevor Davis, Jamal Agnew, Tyree Cleveland, Jalen Darden, Jehu Chesson, Eric Ezukanma, the Miami wide receiver, Tommy Lee Lewis, Johnny Holton, Malik Turner, Xavier Hutchinson, Ardarius Stewart, Aaron Burbridge, Lucky Whitehead, Josh Huff, Jeremy Davis, Rashard Higgins. That's a list of people that you're interested in housing on your fantasy roster. Then you will want to pick up Jordan Whittington. If not, leave him for somebody else to clog your roster with. Maximum output of 4.42 is in the range of guys such as Parker Washington, Keyshawn Johnson, Marvin Mims, Trey Tucker, Rashad Green. If you want to have a maximum output of those guys, again, pick up Jordan Whittington. Not very good for his rookie season. Not somebody that you want to spend a late round draft pick on in your Dynasty League rookie drafts. Let's get into year 2, see if there's any improvement. And we do see him jump up into the 2.5 fantasy points per game range, ranked 37 in the class. Maximum output at 7.75 is the 35th best. Who's hovering around 2.5 fantasy points per game in the last 11 draft classes during their second season. Got guys in between 2.4 and 2.6 named Cody Latimer, Jaden Mickens, James Prochet, JJ Arthega-Whiteside, Quinton Patton, Amari Rogers, Kendall Hinton, and Mike Thomas. Bunch of nobodies so far. Maximum output of 7.75. If he reaches his absolute ceiling, what type of names can we expect him to be? Well, that's Corey Brown, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Paris Campbell, Gabe Davis, Jahan Dotson, Corey Coleman, that particular range. And that's if he reaches his ceiling in year 2. Highly unlikely, but you never know. We did see Puka Nacua come out of nowhere last year to really smash in his rookie season. Highly doubt that will be the case here for Jordan Whittington, though. Getting into year 3, we actually see a big jump up here into the 5 fantasy point per game range. Still not a great number, and looking more like a high floor, low ceiling type of profile here with the ranks. The 5 fantasy points per game is ranked 22nd in the class in terms of mean and median. Maximum output, though, at 31. Let's go take a peek at historical context, which wide receivers in the last 3 draft classes were hovering around that range, all between 4.78 and 5.37 fantasy points per game. We've got Rashad Bateman, Nick Westbrook-Akine, Quez Watkins, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Olamide Zaccheaus, Darius Slayton, Demarcus Robinson, Isaiah McKenzie, and Paris Campbell in their 3rd season. We're all hovering right around 5 fantasy points per game. At 10.4, who's getting up in that range if he hits his ceiling? Well, that's Sammy Watkins in his third year, D.D. Westbrook, 10.2, Devontae Parker at 10, Christian Kirk, 10.46, Jamison Crowder, 10.6. So not too bad of names in year 3. It's maybe saying this guy has a mild breakout if he is still in the league in year 3. Getting into year 4, is there any more improvement? And we see a small step backwards in his mean and median output. Ranked 24 and 24, though, isn't too bad. And the maximum output, 10.45 fantasy points per game, is 28th best in the class. Historical context, let's go look at the last 11 draft classes and any players who have played 4 years in the league in that 5 fantasy point per game range. Who is touching that? A couple names in between 4.83 and 5.26. Anthony Miller, Geronimo Allison, Marcus Wheaton, Taylor Gabriel, and Darnell Mooney. And then at the 10.45 range, we got guys like Mike Williams, Marquez Wilson, Nelson Aguilar, Kenny Stills, Deontay Johnson, and Marquise Lee, all in between 10.25 and 11.2. So that's roughly the range if he's reaching that maximum output, that ceiling output, the 1,000th out of 1,000 outcome. He could potentially reach that particular range where he becomes the next Kenny Stills. All right. That's going to do it for today's rookie prospect profile on Jordan Whittington. Somebody you can confidently leave on your bench. Just monitor going into year 3. If it looks like there might be any potential for a breakout, he could produce some week-to-week fantasy value for you. Otherwise, leave him on the waiver wire. This is presented by Zilla Fantasy Elite, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.